it is such an incredible gender schism, really. You can't even call it a divide. It's just a kind of cleavage. And it's very interesting because increasingly American universities are dominated by women. Professions are becoming a little bit more female. I mean, this really, I think, seems to be the logical outcome of a kind of rise of women in positions of power, and now a woman president, likely.
We all assumed after the women's liberation movement of the 60s and 70s that this sort of war of the sexes over time would lessen. But this election shows the opposite, it seems.
Well, I think there was also a feeling that when America elected its first black president, that this would show progression on race issues, and we've seen the exact opposite play out again and again and again. Now, I think that this is the great, and it's not because we haven't been trying to cover all the issues around this, but this October surprise with the tape and then the women who stood up to say, yes, he groped me too. That has been the big revelation, I think, of the issue that has not gone away, is not in any danger of going away anytime soon. And we don't have to look at the American election to see this. This is a problem in other developed countries. Look at France. Who was here I think I was probably opposite you, Viv, 5 years ago. We were talking about Dominique Strauss-Kahn.
Oh, yeah.
And his problems in America. And it was supposed to usher in a great period of self-searching and reflection and better behavior in French politics, French business, French society. It never happened. A year ago, women were protesting that in regional governments, they were constantly being sexually harassed and even sexually assaulted. It's not going away. It's an issue that doesn't get talked about in the same way between men and women. And I'll give you one more example of that. The maps on 538 showed a stark difference between the men and women vote. Men and women reacted very differently to the Trump video. The men assumed everyone would be, the ones who were outraged, were outraged by his use of certain words. Okay? Women didn't think those words were so terrible. The terrible word in that video for many women was grab. And the other terrible, I'm going to go grab her, whatever. That implies I will take what I want when I want it. I'm entitled to it. And the other word that was most offensive to women was it. When either the TV host or Donald Trump referred to the soap opera actress who was coming to greet them as it. That was it in a nutshell. Men, they were offended, but not because of that. Women were offended by the objectification and the assumption that they were there for the taking.